All right, we're live on the Google Hangout and webinar. My name is Rachel, and I'm here with Coach Danner. He's going to be hosting today's Google Hangout.
All right, everybody, we'll go ahead and get started. I want to thank you. It's 1 o'clock. We like to get started on time. Probably got a few people joining us. I know it's a busy day. It's a beautiful day here, so we just want to thank everybody for taking the time out of their busy schedule so that they can spend a little time here with us. And we'll probably, I'd say about 30 minutes, and we'll get some great training tools in. Also, want to do a little bit as far as showing some of the leadership. A lot of people hear people on our calls. They hear people on our webinars. They hear people, on our Google Hangouts, and also the VLive shop. So you put a face with a voice. I know a lot of people see Rachel. She's awesome when it comes to training how to do a vSmart. For the most part, if you go to our websites, you see Colleen, wonderful trainer. She's definitely all over our website out there, Your Virtual Portal Success University. It's over about 30 different teachings that she's done, and you'd be surprised when I talk to people throughout the day because we're such a company moving so fast. We just launched a little over 2 weeks ago, and we have just a lot of excitement. Just want to let everybody know to stay tuned. If you're just joining us, Saturday at 12 o'clock noon, it's going to be there's going to be actually two huge announcements that's going to be made from our CEO, Colleen Sullivan. So you want to make sure that you get there. We've got a lot of exciting things going on, and I'm going to tell you today, I'm going to go over one. We're going to do a vShop Live. A lot of people are excited about that. Rachel did it Tuesday night, and people were on, and it was just awesome. We actually had 3 things going on at one time. We had a webinar, a Google Hangout, and our vShop Live all going on at one time. I've never seen that done in this industry before. So you could literally just be sitting there wherever you're at with your smartphone, just looking at your vSmart, and it's a live training going on with call to action. You're able to tell people through that training that they can buy now or join now or register now. It's very important today. When you're marketing or selling or promoting anything, you have to have call to action buttons. And that's why if you watch an info commercial, you'll see normally they're about 30 minutes. And through that 30-minute info commercial, about every 2 to 3 minutes, what they're doing is they're showing a demonstration. They're building value. And then they're telling you to act now. If you'll just pick up the phone, go ahead and order this or call in. We have operators waiting, or you can go online and you can order now. They have a call to action, and that's what we're able to do with the vSmart Live shop is have a call to action while you're actually in real time. You can tell that person to go ahead and buy now. Very important. Another thing we're going to go ahead and just move into real quick. I told you I was going to mention the leadership because you hear a lot of people on the calls. We're going to transition. So if I go off the screen, what's going to happen is you're going to see you'll see the screen, but at the same time, it's going to be pictures from 2 weeks ago, our first national convention. Awesome. We had a ton of people from all over the country. It was the first launch. Colleen Sullivan, her family, you can see us there now. And there's probably, let's see, most of these are leaders. Really, a lot of the leaders in this picture. You can see Colleen sitting in the middle. There's Rachel, and the guy that never sleeps, Hector, sitting there at the bottom with Connecticut, Georgia. Oh, there's the MC Master Ceremony. You hear him on the Sunday night calls. He's awesome. Clyde Richardson. And then to our far left, we have a strong team. That's Johnny Uraka and John, also from Dominican Republic. You heard Johnny Wednesday night on the webinar at 10 o'clock. Every 10 o'clock, the Spanish webinar. Awesome job that he did. And then, of course, you can see the tall guy there in the middle. That's me. It's right beside John Sullivan. And as we go on, you can see we have a lot of excitement in the room there. Robert, Sinitra, and of course Kelly and Chris. Chris does our Thursday night, which is tonight, coming up at 10 o'clock Eastern time. Does an outstanding job. Those two do a great job with their webinar. So just want to show you some of the leadership. Let's go to the next screen and just show you a little bit as far as what we did down there, and you can see a few pictures of us in action. You can see Colleen and John, and that was them, really just sharing their vision. We can move to the next screen. There's Clyde. Of course, he was master of ceremony, and you hear him on Sunday nights. Great speaker. There's Chris demonstrating about the vSmart. Then you've got Johnny. Of course, he does the Wednesday night Spanish calls. And if you ever, of course, that's me going over how to market to be smart, and then the guy that never sleeps, Hector. Hector is just all over the place. So just want to put a face with the voice. That way you'll know we're a strong team here, and we've got our site that's getting ready to get is actually upgraded. Should be done. So any day now, we've got our updated site. So you're going to see some things that's going on. It's just going to be awesome. So that's how I just wanted to introduce the team. We're working hard here, making sure that everybody can see the simplicity when it comes to doing a vSmart. Now, one of the things, I'm going to give you an example of our how to sell this. I mean, literally, I just did 2 yesterday. And when you have a situation where you can give unlimited free vSmarts away, and all you have to do is just go to your free vSmart site, and I'll show you how to do that. If you've never been there, a lot of people may not even know they have this tool, but when you sign up, you can give away unlimited free vSmarts. And I'm just going to put mine in. It's your username, yourvirtualportal.net/free vSmart. So it's Coach. Mine is coach.yourvirtualportal.net/free vSmart. So you don't want to give that out. But everybody's username.yourvirtualportal.net/free vSmart. And when it comes up, you're going to see there's a picture right here with Colleen. It's a quick video. She explains what a vSmart, how to do a free vSmart. Really simple. But once they click on that create right there, they just click on create new vSmart. And boom, there you go. Now, it's real simple to build a vSmart, and it's really simple when you do a free one because you only have 4 buttons down at the bottom. You can see there's link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4. Now, for the most part, everybody on the training's probably built a vSmart, but if you haven't, it's real simple. You just put your first name, last name. When it says texting tool, you can type something, fancy, brand yourself, then down to the bottom, put your YouTube video, phone number, Skype if you have it, email, and then create a password. This is real simple, but I'm just going to skip and really just show you one just for time's sake here. This one's already done. This is a free vSmart. It's built for someone. Now, notice how normally when you build a vSmart, you can have your choice. You could literally just go and pick from your website if you want just a video already done about your company. You can do that, or you can go and do your own YouTube video. It makes it more personal. For example, up here at the top, we have sharing our vision for helping others through health and wealth. Now, when we have sharing our vision through helping others through wealth, you may even say something like, hi, let John share his vision with you about health and wealth. Now, as soon as you put John in there, now you're taking on a role of leadership. So it's a way to brand yourself. You're branding John. Now, of course, they're going to find out what you're marketing or what you're promoting, but people like to do business with people who they trust. So by you branding yourself and maybe putting something like let John, now I'm just critiquing this one here, I would say let John and Sue share their vision on how they're helping others succeed, or take on the journey with John and Sue as they lead people across the country on better health. You're taking on that role of leadership. So when you're typing these things in or building your vSmart, make sure you're branding yourself. Right down here, of course, you put your phone number. Now, when you play this video, you probably want it maybe 2 minutes, nothing real long, but it's probably going to be more or less something you introducing yourself and telling about your why and about your vision. And then if it's a family, have your husband and wife to do it. It takes 30 seconds to do a YouTube video. Very, very powerful. If you got kids, they can sit in the background or whatever. But people think with their eyes. They see better than they hear. So now they're connecting with you. So just share your vision in about 2 minutes or less, and then give a call to action. In your video, you may say something like, "Hi, this is John and Sherry coming from California. Just want to thank everybody for taking a look at what we do. We have a vision to help a lot of people across the country, and if you would just register below, we'll get you some free samples," or whatever the case may be. Now, that's just an example. But what I did is I have a call to action right there. There's a call to action right there. I'm telling them to register below, or you could say, "Hey, connect with me on my Facebook," or connect with me on Pinterest, obviously down below. And you might even have, share this. You can create it however you see fit. I'm just giving you an example. Now, this, of course, is a sample, right? So now, when they build the sample, you notice that there's on the side here, you have 8 call to action buttons, and they can upgrade and get 8 call to action buttons. So you can have many buttons as you want, 8, or some people use 4, some people may just use 2. That's totally up to you. But when you're giving away these free samples, the beautiful part is it's no cost at all to you. In most companies, to give away samples, you're going to have to pay. At some point, you're going to run out of money because you may not be able to give away the free samples. So with your unlimited, just giving them away, it's very, very simple. Something that I do is, if I know someone personally or have seen a business, I will go ahead and build that free vSmart. It takes less than 5 minutes. And all you're going to do is just grab maybe their Facebook, their LinkedIn, or Facebook and Twitter. You can find that online, and put a video, generic video up there, put their phone number, and then you just send a text. And when they open it, they're like, wow, this is pretty powerful. So you can go ahead and build them the vSmart, and when they look at it, it's hard for them to say no. It's, for example, if I took a picture of a room, this is just a simple example. If I took a picture of everybody in a room, and maybe there's 30 people in a room, and you just happen to be in that picture, and then I hand the picture out, the first person, when you get that picture, you're in the picture, who's the person first that you find? Normally it's you. If it's not you, maybe it's your 2-year-old or somebody close to your family. So that's the same thing that we're talking about. When you text someone a sample and it's already done, it took you less than 5 minutes to do it, when they look at it, it's them. It's actually not someone else, it's them. And they're saying, that's my Facebook. They're saying, that's my Twitter. That's my company. They're smiling. They're like, wow. One, they probably I've never got a text back, don't text me again because I've seen this before. Haven't got that one yet. And before I text them, I'll let them know, is this your cell phone cell number? I want to text you something to help you with your business. And they say, well, sure, I'd love you to help me with your business. I text it, and they get it, they look at it, and they're like, wow, that's amazing. That's just a simple little nugget. Build that free vSmart. It takes less than 5 minutes. So you might have a goal to go out and say, you know what? I'm going to build 3 vSmarts a day. So that's 15 minutes out of your day. If you build those 3 vSmarts and you do it effectively the way I'm saying to do it, you'll find out that you'll probably close most of the people 100% of the time. And that's the fact. People don't like to turn themselves down. It's all about them. And that's just how, we are. And you're teaching people to brand themselves. So when you type at the top, if you're sending it to Sue, then you would say, hi, Sue, you could say something like, amazing leaders, excuse me, just had somebody come to my door there. Amazing leader leads, or Sue is amazing leader. However you want to word that, as soon as Sue gets that text and she says, amazing leader Sue, you already got her. Hello. Because she said, yeah, I like that. Now, what that does is that forces Sue to take on the role of leadership. Because now every time she's texting that and it's saying, hi, amazing leader Sue or amazing leader John, they have to step up to the pump then. It's just like when you meet a pastor. Now, if that guy's John Doe, fine. But if you say Pastor John Doe, he gets treated totally different. And guess what? Pastor John Doe probably acts a little bit different because he has to take on the role of a pastor. Well, it's the same way when you're marketing and branding yourself. You put yourself in a situation where people already expect you to lead. So that's what a vSmart's able to do versus a website. Normally when you send out your website, you're branding the company that you're in. And if that company, it's a wonderful company, but if you've seen one, you've seen them all. So I call that a Me Too site. What we like to do with your virtual portal is we like to take and teach you how to brand yourself. And by branding yourself, when you walk around, especially if you go to the beaches, you used to see people walking up and down the beach, and pretty much everybody has a tattoo. Now, if you was to call 5 people over and say, hey, I see all you have tattoos. How would all of y'all like to take and just make all your tattoos the same? Most people wouldn't go for that. Well, that's sort of what happens when you join a company and you're promoting a website. Normally, they all look the same. But people like variety. So when you have a vSmart, you can brand it to fit you. So if you want your vSmart to say, hey, I just want my Facebook and my Twitter, and I want to focus on the product because I really believe in a strong product and I have a strong testimony. So in my testimony at the top, I may say something like, you know, I am so proud to be with this company because this product has helped me support this, and this. And my mother and my father, they have seen excellent results. And now you're basically focusing on product. So right down below, if you can just go ahead and register, and you can see the product that I'm talking about and learn about the ingredients, blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, that's if you're marketing a nutrition company. It doesn't matter really what you're marketing. You could brand yourself as a realtor. You could brand yourself even if you just really wanted to be an athlete. And maybe your son is an outstanding athlete, and he's in high school. So what happens when you're in high school and you're in a small town? Well, in a small town, you probably don't get looked at as much. So how do you get exposure? Well, if you've got a vSmart and you can take videos of your son and you could basically put that video right here at the top, right? And when you put that video at the top, it's showing your son or your daughter, you know, their plays or their great plays, and now you can send that to the coaches, and all of a sudden, wow, they're seeing him, even though they didn't come to that small town, so there's no excuse for that person that says, well, he just got overlooked. He was in a small school. Now, that's something totally off from sales, but when it comes down to vSmart is to help you do what you do better. So it's never been about who's the best. We want to help you do what you do better. So we don't go in and say that company's better or that company's not as good or you should stop that company and come to us. That's not what we do here. We are here to help you do what you do better. So I just wanted to do that and say that real quick. So that may help you, and when you're building your vSmarts, you can see the call to actions in your video, taking on the role of leaderships, buy now or register now, put that in there, lead with Tim or John's leadership. You want to take on that role, and when you text that to people, that's how you sell the vSmart, is you text it. Don't do any selling. Let them see it. And like I said, someone says, well, that's a little bit of work. Now remember, the simplicity in building a vSmart, it takes less than 5 minutes. So if you did 3 a day, that's about 15 minutes that it costed you, or excuse me, cost you 15 minutes that day, 15 minutes of your time, and you gave out 3 vSmarts. And what you're doing is you're going viral, because when you're giving out those free samples, notice it's going to have your link at the bottom connected, and if somebody upgrades on that free sample, then guess what? You get paid, because we also get paid to share this with other folks. So that's the beautiful part. We have a great residual income plan here, and it's even getting better because we have health insurance. That was a big announcement at the convention 2 weeks ago. Is we now just think about this: get a check every Friday, and Colleen has not missed a check since September. She started last year in September 13, 2013. Checks have went out on time every Friday. We launched 2 weeks ago. Checks got even bigger now because she's even put more into the our pay plan. That's amazing. We launched and she puts more money into the pay plan. Outstanding. Then on top of that, let your virtual portal pay your family health insurance. That's awesome. And maybe you say, well, now it doesn't stop there. Your virtual portal also can pay your mortgage. You know, you can get a BMW. We have some. There is an advantage of giving this out, and this is fun because we're the world's first social integrated marketing tool, and we're not an app. That's the beautiful thing. People ask me all the time. They say, well, you know, I understand you can do this. It's real simple, and Colleen has a vision, and she likes to keep things very simple so that the people who are like, I'm not educated when it comes to technology at all, you know, we do have some guys like that, like Chris on our 10 o'clock calls. This guy's got a huge background in technology, and he's never seen anything like this. That's when you take your hat off and say, hey, we've got something here. Then you can sign up someone like I did yesterday, and this guy is he said, man, I just learned how to clean my cookies. You know, now if you don't know how to clean your cookies, then you're probably not too savvy on the computer. But the bottom line, he's built 2 or 3 vSmarts, and when he's texting them and sharing them, because I taught him how to do this, give the free sample, these people are contacting him back and said, did you go to school over the last couple months or something? When did you start doing this? I mean, remember, you're the guy that can't clean your cookies. So what we're saying is we take something that looks complicated and make it very simple. And what's very, very effective is when you want to change something, you can do it. You can change it whenever you want. It's very simple. Matter of fact, Coach Rachel, if you can, go into vSmart, and we're going to show you how simple it is to make a change. For example, just go ahead and start building one. We will do this real quick, and we've got about 10 minutes left. So she's going to build a vSmart from scratch. Matter of fact, yeah, we'll do that. Just build it from scratch, and just show you how easy it is to make a change. Because when I was talking about an application, when you're talking about application, a lot of times you'll have to call a tech, because an app is something that once it's done, it's done. Now you can make changes, but a lot of times the reason why techs charge $50 if you make a change, because they know if they didn't charge or put a standard there, everybody would be calling every day, hey, I need to make a change. So it wouldn't work because he couldn't handle the load, or she couldn't handle the load, or the business couldn't handle the load. So what they do is we charge $50, and about $50 make that change, and then of course it's going to slow you down. Well, what we've done here with Your Virtual Portal, we let you make the change. So you can make the change anytime, any time of the day. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning. It does not matter. And most of our changes, if you built vSmarts, they are under 30 seconds, literally. You can make a change under 30 seconds. So let's say, for example, and this is a major change here. Rachel, go ahead and start building one while I'm talking. But while she's building, I'll just use an example. Sometimes in the restaurant business, it does make a big difference if you buy too much food, or maybe you don't have enough. Of course, in planning, that happens too. Well, in the restaurant business, and this is a good example I know the CEO, Colleen Sullivan, has used, and it is a perfect example. If you've got too many meatballs, and they have to, you have to get rid of them by Friday, which is tomorrow. Well, it could be Friday morning, and you could do a quick vSmart, basically saying, hi, this is Tony's Pizza. Just want to let everybody know, come in between 10:30 and 1 on Friday. Lunch special is half off meatball subs. And he just texts that out to his customers. They give him permission to go ahead and text him if he's got any specials, and they want to keep in, everybody likes to be in the know. I don't want to miss out. So most companies will have, the option, if they want to text that particular person because they've given permission to text them, then they'll text them and let them know, hey, let me go into Tony's sub today, because they're giving half off meatball subs. And you see the power where if he had an app, or maybe if he had a circular, because these come out every day. You go to your mailbox and you'll see these. A lot of times they're on the ground, and don't let it rain, because it really looks bad in your neighborhood when they hit the ground, and because most people throw them down where they fall out of their hand, because the mail that they're concerned about is not this, but probably something else in an envelope. So the bottom line is, that's a circular. You can't change that on the fly. If you have an ad in the paper running, you can't just change it today. You have to. There's a system that you have to go through to put that ad in the paper. Same thing on the radio. Advertisement on radio runs, but maybe 40% of your customers listen to that station. But when you have a text situation, 90% of the people check their text within 10 minutes or less. So that's the most effective way to communicate, and that's what our tool is able to do. You can text that vSmart, and whatever changes you want to make, you can do it anytime you want. So you have the control to do that. Now, who would not want to pay for that type of control? Meaning, if you're going to advertise effectively, you have to have a tool, because 80% of your time is putting your business in front of new people. But the best customer is the one that you keep. So let's say, how do we follow up with people? We're moving into follow-up now. What's the importance of a vSmart in the follow-up? Well, if I have a business, and as you can see, Rachel is building the vSmart there. She's halfway on the screen, halfway off. If you just joined us and wondering, what is she doing? So we actually just got finished volunteering at our son's school. So we had a great time this morning, and came in just in time to get on this vSmart. So you see we enjoy hanging out with you guys today, and we was looking forward to it. But back to my example, you hear the saying, the money's in the follow-up. That's a saying that's been around for years. Well, what's the most inexpensive way to follow up? Because if you're doing postcards or you're doing business cards, well, normally that's a one-time advertisement. Okay, they got your postcard, they got your business card. With a V-Smart, you can follow up. Think about it. Our next holiday, I'd probably say everybody knows the big one. Of course, you got Father's Day, you got 4th of July, and I believe Father's Day is probably
June 16th.
Yeah, June 16th.
Maybe.
Yeah, two weeks maybe. Okay, so just imagine, send a V-Smart. You could have your family just sitting there in front of the computer. Happy Father's Day, right? Or from a business perspective, to all the fathers that came in and did business with us this year so far, we appreciate you. And if you want to come in, we're giving all the fathers a free dessert. Wow. Wow. Now that text goes out, and all of a sudden you have the control. But see, the money's in the follow-up. You're following up, and then on the 4th of July, maybe you put together a text, and you have a lot of customers that's in your database, and we have bulk texting with our, where you can, with our company, if you've got 1,000 texts or 500 texts or maybe even 100 texts, we can send those out. You just send the database over to Global Text, and they'll text it out for you, make sure it's all good numbers. If it's a landline, of course, that number won't go out, and they can just hit a button and boom, they just text it out. Politicians use that. One of the things that all I'm saying here is, to be effective with your virtual portal, we have everything in place to keep it simple for you. But maybe you only have 15 people in your group, or maybe 30 people. Well, you might text that yourself, and you're basically saying, "Hi, this is Tony. Just want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. Want you to be safe. It's about our freedom, our independence. Everybody, have fun, be safe, and happy 4th of July." Now, that's it. You don't have to mention what you're selling. Hey, I spoke with you about 3 weeks ago. I was just getting back with you. By the way, happy 4th of July, and then you go into your pitch. 90% of the people, that's what they're doing. Their conversation is more, hey, how's your kids? How's your family? Hey, did you look at that website yet? And people know that, because as soon as you hang up, they've got 3 other people that's going to do that the same way that same day. So what we do with V-Smart is we teach you how to be more personal. We want you to look at it from a perspective of, now, let's do it this way. If I say Happy Father's Day, first of all, I text that to you. 9 times out of 10, what happens when you text someone Happy Father's Day? They text you back, "Thank you." Now, you didn't mention anything about, hey, did you look at my information last week? Remember, this is all about follow-up. You feel good because all you did was text Happy Father's Day in your V-Smart, but you maybe did a video real quick, or Happy 4th of July. And then the next holiday may be Labor's Day. Whenever those holidays come up, you're following up. And when you're following up, you're basically letting the people see, wow, this is pretty cool. This guy just said Happy Father's Day. I haven't even had my kids tell me yet. And then next holiday, there you are again. The next holiday, there you are again. And they're texting you back, "Thank you." Now, see, people do business with people who they know, who they trust. You're building a relationship. So now, not only are you branding yourself, you're building a relationship. Now, by building that relationship, at the bottom of that V-Smart, again, it's going to have your personal, I'm not going to say tattoo, but it's going to have your Facebook. It's going to have your Twitter. It's going to have your YouTube video. It's going to have a call to action button like join now. And you can see your product. Hey, why Mary Jane looks so good, People are going to look at these icons down there because they're familiar with Facebook and Twitter, and people like to follow people. People like to know what's going on. So now you got a following. Notice in that follow-up, you did not tell them this particular time to go down below and click on my Buy Now button. No, we're following up. We're not selling at this point. But in a sense, you are, because people are normally going to do that because you didn't tell them to do it. So they're going to go down there and they're going to click on your Facebook. Meanwhile, they're texting you back, "Oh, you have a happy Father's Day as well," or "You have a happy 4th of July." Now, all of a sudden, wow, there's life on the other end of the phone. How many people send out emails and, probably even know the people? You don't know if it went to spam, or maybe they just haven't checked it because they got 500 emails that ain't open and yours got overlooked. People don't have text that's unopened. And normally when you just text to say hello, or Happy Father's Day, you get a text back. You're building a relationship. That's what your virtual portal is all about. The message I'm sending now, it works with any company or any service. That's why I'm not talking about a particular company. We help you do what you do better. That's really what we're all about. And we have fun doing it because Colleen, if you know anything about her and John, it's a party. I think Colleen just wakes up in the morning and she sounds like, hey, how are you doing? You know, there are certain people that have that gift. And that's an excellent, excellent leader to have. And she's not just one that just sits back and lets everybody do everything. She's already did everything before everybody came on board. She had 30 videos already done. And these videos already are teaching you about branding yourselves. A lot of the things that I am talking about, I'm going to show you where you can go see it. She's already talked about it in about a 2 to 3 minute video. I'd say 80% of the people that get in your virtual portal, they're so excited about the vSmart and how to build it and how to send it out. A lot of times it may be 2 weeks before they even realize, wow, we have your virtual portal success university. And in that university, you can see Colleen branding herself. Notice every time you see this picture or one of her pictures here, when you click on that video, she has you in a mindset. If you see a big board behind somebody in red, which red represents power, that's a role of leadership and training. She's brilliant. Notice she's right there, and you've got a yacht behind her. You've got water. You know what that does to people's minds? That shows, wow, this is time. It's time for something new. It's time for change. That's really motivation. That's relaxing, right? And then as you can go down and you can see her, she's just sitting there and it looks like there's a neighborhood. It's probably her neighborhood. That's showing family, right? She's painting a picture. You're always branding yourself. And as you can see just in the pictures, not only is she branding herself, but she gives a little description of what she's going to be talking about, whether it be fundraising, opportunity at a home business, branding yourself. That's just what I've always talked about. You know, is it in you? If I say that, people say Gatorade. Hey, just do it. Nike. You know, if you go to a basketball game in your local town, NBA game, they're probably giving away a bag. And when they give that bag away, it's probably got their logo and the team on it. And you walk out of there, and to this day, I think it's been, I can't remember how many years, I still have one of those bags. Walk around branding them, right? But how many times do you brand yourself? And that's what vSmarts do, is they brand you. So that's what we teach you how to do, is build relationships and brand yourself. Now we're going to go back, we're about to wrap up. Go back to that one page, because I like to keep it around 30 minutes in our trainings. But this particular vSmart here, Rachel has taken the time to do, and it's Mary Jane Loves Essential Bodywear. And the beautiful part about this particular site here is this branding Mary Jane. Why Mary Jane looks so good. Shop with Mary Jane. You know, if Donald Trump is going to be on TV, he's normally talking about what? Donald Trump. And it's about branding yourself. That's where you have to be. See, if you go buy a car today, as soon as you drive off that dealership or from that lot, you've got that new car, and let's just say it's that Toyota or whatever car you like. You know, doing advertisement for Toyota. But whatever brand you have, it's going to be on the back of the car. And then whatever dealership you bought it from, it's probably going to be on the back of the tag or around somewhere on the car to let you know where you bought the car from. But there was a guy that spent 2 or 3 days, maybe a week, because he had to find the right car. You know, it was hot, so he would pull it up and turn the air conditioner on, make sure it's cool for you, and then he's sitting there sweating, and he pulls it so that you don't have to walk to the back to get it. And then you get in, he drives you around for maybe 15 minutes, and you say, I don't like this one. So after doing that 3 or 4 times, you finally land on the one you like, and he says, thank you, here's your keys to your new car. You drive off, and you don't even know who he is anymore, because he's not branding himself. He did all the work. Well, that's the same thing that we're telling you that happens with most companies. If you're in a situation where you are working in your own business, you want to brand yourself. See, that there should have been, if that salesperson should have been able to have something on the back of the car with their name. That way, as those cars are going around the city, hey, there's John Doe. I noticed he's selling a lot of cars, you know, but all they know is to go to that dealership, and they're not going to ask for John Doe. Even though the cars riding around that he sold has a person in it that knows John Doe, but John Doe, he's not branding himself. So that's what your virtual portal does. You have your vSmart with your virtual portal, but at the same time, we're branding your virtual portal, but you're also branding yourself because, hey, why does Mary Jane look so good? Mary Jane loves Essential Bodywear. Shop with Mary Jane. Get started with Mary Jane. Keep up with Mary Jane on Facebook. You know, I have a lot to say. What does Mary Jane have to say? Twitter. When you're putting these little slogans down here, make them catchy. Hey, I have a lot to say. Don't just put Twitter. You can do that, but everybody's seen that. You want to brand yourself. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So what you're doing is you're branding yourself. Easy to make change. You can go in here, just to show you how quick if we need to change this. You just simply go to yourvirtualportal.net. You're going to put in your username, and then you're going to go to password. You enter in your password, and notice it only took us 10 seconds to do this. So now you're in the back. Now that you're in the back, if you want to go change and say, instead of saying, hey, maybe the phone number is Skype's wrong. I need to put in, or maybe you just got Skype. Go ahead and put it in, Mary.Jane. Oh, by the way, you know what? We have a special. So instead of shop with Mary Jane, hey, great special, buy now. And you could change that, great special, you could type right there, and you could put buy now button right there, and there's your buy now button. You change it to great special. You take the Mary Jane off, and boom, you hit revise at the bottom. Make sure you hit revise. Once you hit revise, you can see it's done in real time. So when you look here on your screen now, you've got great special, buy now, and your Skype's there. Less than a minute. How much did it cost us? Nothing, but maybe a minute. In an app, you could not do that. You would have to get someone. You could do it, but probably more than likely, it'd probably be someone else you're waiting on to do it for you, and maybe it would be a charge of who knows. So we could turn around tomorrow, do it again. You get 3 vSmarts. Our most popular package, you get 10. That's what most people get because they understand, hey, I can give these away, and you can use them so many ways to make another stream of income as well. That 327 package is awesome. So we're racking, let's see, around 137, a little bit over, but I think that's been valuable as far as the time, and like I said,
guys,
Rachel's back. So
yeah, we don't want to forget, let me get back in the picture. Don't want to forget those of you that are watching this through a vSmart. That has to be the coolest thing. You're viewing this video, it's real time. We're sitting at 1:37 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, whatever time zone you're in. We're here in North Carolina, and I'm saying if you're watching this from your smartphone or from your tablet, this is live. This is probably the coolest thing. Somebody shared their vSmart with you so you could attend this Google Hangout. And then what we highly recommend, if you like what you see that this is a great tool to brand yourself, it would be really cool. Scroll down on the vSmart that you're viewing us on and just click join now or purchase now or get to know more. They'll have each individual labels theirs differently, but you'll see it. Just learn more about your virtual portal and how you can use these vSmarts to brand yourself, get your product out in front of individuals, and start earning income by simply sending out a text.
And it's that simple. And like I said, vShop Live is powerful. And right now at 1 o'clock, I know a lot of people probably, this is a training. So for the most part on our training, you probably have people that's already in the business. If you did happen to get on, I know you learned something. One thing you can walk away and say, hey, this is an effective way to communicate, because texting is 90% more effective because the people really respond back. 90% of people respond back within 10 minutes. And you're branding yourself. You have more control with the call to action buttons, and you can change anything on the fly. Very, very inexpensive. I've heard people tell me apps are $2,000 or $1,000 or $3,000, and then of course you got to make changes. So a lot of times when you make those changes, there's going to be more money. With us, you can send out unlimited text, make as many changes as you want, and I'm telling you, it's very, very affordable. So people love it. It's very hot, and I love it. So enjoyed the training today, hanging out Thursday, and we look forward to Saturday. 2 huge announcements from our CEO, Colleen Sullivan. You want to get there. All your leaders, spread the news. You've got to get to this call webinar. It's a webinar, actually, but they do have a number you can call in if you can't get on the webinar. But you get on this webinar, meet our CEO. She's going to be having 2 huge announcements. Can't wait. So we'll see you all there Saturday. And don't forget about the webinar tonight at 10, and we enjoyed hanging out with you today. Look forward to doing it next week. And everybody be safe and be smarter, not harder. We help you do what you do better.
Have a great day.
Thanks.